Your mom into sneakers?
Hell no, my mom don't wear no sneakers. Yeah. Believe it or not, she's she only wear heels, and if she is gonna wear a type of shoe, it's gonna be a wedge. She's sick like that. It has to be a wedge. She you know, my mom, that's how she is. She likes her heels. She don't like sneakers, bro. I done got her 97s. Yeah. I done got her Air Max 1s, and they just collect dust. Yeah. She finds them uncomfortable in a weird way. She'd rather throw on a heel or a wedge. She wants to be
uncomfortable.
Yeah, you know, to each his own. To each his own. That's her swag, and you know, I respect it. You know, I get it. For me though, I'm gonna love my sneakers, and the love for it, she definitely ate it.
What's good, everyone? Welcome back to My First Kicks, and this is episode 216. And this week, I bring to you a special guest, another like Queens native, right?
For sure, Queens native.
For sure. My boy JP, welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Excited to be on the show.
This is your first podcast ever.
Yeah, like legit like this with the production, super fly, ill like this for sure. So grateful to be here. Yeah, happy to be talking about some sneakers and stuff.
No, yeah, but first, you know, we met at All the Right because you
that's
work
1,000%. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for All the Right. If we keeping it a buck.
I mean, shout out Imani, man. He reached out.
Shout out Imani, shout out All the Right. They connected everything together, and now we're here talking, man, with my guy Haas.
Yo, man, I think it's just like first off, let me just straight up say it off the bat. All the Right is one of my favorite stores because I love graffiti and I love sneakers.
We tie it together so well,
and it's the only store that does it that way.
1,000%.
You know. Like
I will have to attest to that. We got spray paint. We got 400 milliliters, 600 milliliters. We got all types of markers. We got mops. You know, we really do tie in heavily to the graffiti world for sure. Like people be thinking All the Right sneakers because they see the cool Jordans and stuff. Yeah. But our backbone really come from the graffiti world for sure, all day.
And there's like tons of Queens legends come through. But recently, you know, you had Too Easy. Is it Too Easy or Too Easy?
Too Easy. That's how he likes to be pronounced. You know, we respect all our artists.
Yes.
You know, shout out to Easy. He's from Puerto Rico, and he's very talented, man. He's doing his thing for Puerto Rico, and he's just nice with it. He's nice with it for sure.
And I think that like that tie-in is, you know, part of the bloodline of what sneakers is, right? Like if you think about the origination of like how different colorways and like how sneakers were like, I guess, spread across the world is through
graffiti is art. And it's a combination of a bunch of weird colors. Sometimes you wouldn't expect to put two colors together, and then you riding down the block and you see it on the wall and you're like, oh, that actually looks good together. That was fly. So it definitely ties in, especially with the colorways, with like, you know, how sneakers are. All that stuff is art, I feel like, at the end of the day.
But I mean, I was trying to say, like, you know, with Futura, Mr. Stash, like the OG.
Oh, Mr. Stash for sure. We just had Stash 95s in the shop. Those are really cool with the little details, you know, the stash pocket on the tongue. Those are fly for sure. But like you said, there's a bunch of graffiti artists out there that are heavily influenced into the sneaker game. You know, it all ties in together. It's all creative.
All ties in together, man. Facts. You really think that you can keep watching this episode without subscribing, or leaving a comment? Come on, man. And also, if you've been listening to this episode, leave a review. But back to the episode. Well, you're here to answer the question that I ask everybody each week, and that question is...
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
What's your first kicks? What's that first pair of sneakers you absolutely needed to have?
My first pair of kicks that I absolutely needed to have... Well, I don't know if I absolutely needed to have it, but I got it, and it started the whole journey for me was... my grade 5s. I was in middle school, I think like 7th grade. That's what started it for me for real, where I was like paying attention to the colorways and just like the numbers and the stories behind them. Grade 5 started for me. And then from there, he got game 13s.
Grade 5's coming back out.
It's so crazy that that's the shoe and we're getting it back finally. So it'll be cool because I got it in middle school, and hopefully I'll be able to get it now.
I'm pretty sure you're fine. I think you know a place that's gonna.
I think I know a place too. We get all those cool sneakers for sure.
I got the inside track.
Yeah, a little something like that. Shout out All the Right. Shout out All the Right.
I do love the grade 5s. I know that they color flip that shoe like crazy. I think there's like it's funny because my boy showed me a picture. He just copped a pair of the Hokas, and they came in like a grape 5 colorway.
Yeah,
and I called them like the grape 5 Hokas.
Those colors go so well together. You know, everyone's gonna follow if it's a good colorway, man. It only makes sense.
Real quick, what did you think about the flip when they did the black grape 5s?
I got them.
Yeah.
But I think I got them more so because it was just like the beginning of my sneaker journey. So I was like, yo, I got the grape 5s. I gotta have the reverse colorway. But realistically, I didn't really care for them too much.
Nah.
You know, now looking back on it, when I see it, it was cool. I like the original white colorway more than the black one for sure. Me personally,
I think that like. Because I wish that because it was a suede.
The suede is what kind of ruined it for me. Because once that shit gets fucked up, it's, you know, there is sneaker cleaners out there, but it'll never be the same from when it was originally out the box. You know what I mean? So that means you only got one good wear out of them before the creasing starts. It starts to look like a faded black. It just comes with the territory with that material on sneakers and stuff.
You know, off mic, we talked a little bit about your history with All the Right, but like, how did you come to find All the Right?
How did I come to, man, All the Right came to find me, if we're being honest, bro. Like that is really family to me. You know, shout out George, shout out Julie. They know me since I was inside my mom's stomach. They're heavily tied in with my family. And just like, imagine growing up, G, uncle to me.
Yeah.
You see the fly uncle, you see him with all the cool sneakers, you see him doing a bunch of fly stuff. You just kind of gravitated to, especially me, like I like all that creative stuff. You know, I like the fashion aspect of it. I like putting colors together. I like doing the recording stuff. So it just made so much sense, bro. Like it attracted me in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Did you mainly grow up in Corona, or like were you?
So yeah, I mainly grew up in Corona. I lived in the Bronx for a little bit. Shout out to X, shout out BX. I live by Bruckner Boulevard, but majority is Queens, Corona, Left Rack, Elmhurst, all that. That's my
right,
borough.
Don't
Queens get
don't
the
dox
money.
us. Don't dox
Queens
us.
get the money. That's all I'm gonna say. Queens get the money.
Yes, it does. Yes, we do. You know, did you grow up like going to Queens Center Mall or like?
Oh my God,
hanging out?
There wasn't really much else you could do after middle school. You go to the McDonald's that's on Queens Boulevard.
Yeah.
If you know which one I'm talking about, you know. And then from there you make your way to QCM and you just walk around. Ain't nobody was really shopping. Everybody was just there to conversate, see the things that they do want to get. But yeah, I definitely grew up in QCM. That food court, that was a go-to if you needed a lunch or something.
That Sarku?
Sarku, yeah, this is my guy in the back know about the food court. They got options over there, man. Man, how about, I remember when they used to have Nathan's.
Yo,
and
remember they had Nathan's.
Then it changed to Chick-fil-A. Nathan's was the spot though. Nathan was the spot.
You know, you want a funny ass story, and this is a fat boy story. I'm gonna tell you this.
Come on, let me know. Let me hear.
So I'm online because Nathan used to be next to the Blimpies. They used to have the Blimpies.
Yes, yes.
And then there was the Arthur's Treasury or whatever. It's the fish food spot. It was like fried fish.
I think I recall that was spot. I know the Blimpie the one you were talking about.
RP, all those.
It's crazy. It's not the same. They took out all the OG fire spots for a bunch of franchise.
So I'm waiting online, Blimpies, right? And there's a guy, and he's standing on the Nathan's line. He's getting a hot dog, right? And he's like talking to me. He's like, yo, you know, how's your day? Blah, blah, blah. How's your day? He's like, you know, I think you need this. And he gives me his card. I look down and this motherfucker gave me a nutritionist card. Bro.
Boy, talk about the wrong location, wrong timing. I'm not trying to hear that, man.
Like, and then I looked up to him and he was just like, I was like, what is this? I don't know what this is. And he's
what is the reason for this?
Yeah.
Why are you giving
He's
me
like,
this?
I'm a doctor and I think, you know, it looks like you.
So he
you
was
need
really
help.
scheming. Everyone on the line, bro, guilt tripping them.
Nah, it was just me. It was nobody else.
Oh my God.
I was sick,
you stuck
bro.
out to him for some reason.
I was so upset.
Did you keep that card? What'd
No,
you do with
man,
it?
I threw that shit
right
away.
out. Fuck out of here, man. Let me get my fucking name and keep it moving, bro. That is a crazy coincidence. I hear some shit like that. Talk about health card. That's different.
Nah,
that's different for sure.
Yo, Queen Center was wild though. Queen Center was wild at one point.
Man, well, like I said, this was middle school, bro. I take a little bit stories. You know, we older now, but like maybe some guys that I know used to go around, and you remember the N1 where you bump into someone and be like, oh, N1?
Yeah.
They was doing that to random people. I know one time they got
Queen Center Mall?
In Queen Center Mall.
Hopefully not on the third floor.
All floors. It didn't even matter. You know, you young, man. You 14, 13, 12. You just trying to have fun with your boys. You think you do some funny stuff. But QCM, I got memories for sure, bro. Yeah. And it's changed so much over time now.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like I find it interesting now when like I'm on TikTok and I see a QCM.
Yeah,
I'm too. Like, no way. You just seeing it left and right. It's mad random. It's like, yo, that's my
like
mall
the dudes
right
that
there.
the dudes that be going up to people and be like asking them questions.
Exactly. I'm like, oh wow, they made their way to Queens. They made their way to QCM. It's interesting. It's different. It's cool to see though. It's cool to see.
Yeah. So I say that because like, you know, now QCM has two resale shops in there, right? A sneaker story
I
and
believe Laced Up
and a sneaker story.
Yeah.
A sneaker store, sorry.
Sneaker store.
And you know, you work at a retail shop. So like, do you see a lot of people coming up into the store and being like, yo, you know, oh, y'all got sneakers? Like, you know, like they treat it like they've never stepped into a retail store?
Yeah, we get a lot of questions if we're if we're a retail store. A lot of people be thinking all right is a resale store. Put it out there. We are retail price only. Whatever Nike charge, we charging the same. We are retail. We get a lot of people coming in though, mentioning Laced Up. We actually sometimes, like when people come in asking for a legit check, we might even send them to Laced Up. We're like, yo, there's a guys down the block. Go check them out. You know what I'm saying? We definitely are familiar with Laced Up though in the other spot. You know, for sure.
Definitely not the other spot.
Nah, Laced Up. More's Laced Up.
More so. I do like Laced Up more. I think that like a sneaker store is like, it's weird when you go in there.
Yeah.
And I mean, all shade to them.
All shade. I'm gonna
shade.
be honest with you. I think I've only walked past this. I haven't even like went in the establishment, but I'm sure it's a cool store. I'm sure a cool business.
Nah, look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, you go in there because the only reason is the only reason is because their prices are insane.
They taxing?
It is crazy, yo. I went
all
in there.
These stores is taxing.
They are, but
they are more. All right,
this is a step above, right? Like I feel
You're
like
dropping game right now. Everyone, if you hear what he's saying, write it down. They taxing over there.
They definitely taxing over there, and I don't know if it's a rent or whatever, but like I went in there. For example, if I go to you and I go, how much do you think resale on a brick 4 is?
Probably be like at most 500.
You know how much they got it there? $725, bro.
Fuck out of here. Yo, Laced Up, we over there.
This shit is crazy, man. That's why I go in there and it's soulless. Like Laced Up, I feel like you go in there, people talk to you.
It's a vibe and stuff. That's what, I said, I've never gone into the other location. Laced Up, they cool people in there. They come up to you. They're approachable. What we talking about resale stores, what would you say is your favorite resale store in a way?
Flight Club, bro.
Flight Club?
Yeah,
your go-to?
All day. I guess I could say I'm an unk, I guess. I don't know, whatever.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 36.
36?
Yeah.
I'm 25. We both unk. It's cool.
You're not unk.
Yo, bro, I got a little brother. Little brother is 9, little sister is 12. They call me unk left and right. So
I just call me brother.
No, they call me unk.
That's crazy.
They call me
weird.
unk. I feel like they do it to humble me in a way. So I appreciate them. Mason, Bianca, I love you guys. Stop calling me unk, please.
If you're watching, I know you know longtime subscribers. I know y'all.
I already told them subscribe. Everything, follow. Yeah. They know the support. They know the support.
But I'm gonna say like the way that I think about resale is like when I would go to Flight Club when I was younger to look at price.
Experience. I remember walking into Flight Club, the experience of the nostalgicism or just the overwhelming of every single shoe you could think of or you didn't even think of is there. They have it. So I feel like that's kind of dying down a little bit too.
Big
I feel
time.
like all these resale stores, they don't really they just put the shoes out. They don't worry about like switching up the aesthetic of their store, giving you more than just an experience of you buying a resale shoe. No, set up the shop in a cool way, have like kind of an attraction. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is getting lost.
Yeah, for sure. And I was recently in the store, you guys like updated and you talking about this update.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned it because we definitely just added a new installment in the shop. And it'd probably be a good time to talk about it. Essentially, well, you know what it was. It's a free pop-up space,
right? Yeah.
For any brand that's out there looking to put themselves in a retail store. You get the benefit of our foot traffic, and it's not a small space. It's a fair, like a fair space in the shop with a bodega aesthetic on the outside, and you could put inside whatever you want. The possibilities are endless. You could basically create your own store within the store for a day, for a weekend. So it's open right now. I don't know if for everyone to go check it out. But
that is because we talked about Too Easy.
Yeah, too easy as an example of someone that just used it. He set his thing up like a gallery almost. So he put all his artwork up, some of the stuff that he was selling, and it was basically a gallery. And you know, customers came in and they got to just experience a little bit of Too Easy while inside of All the Right.
Too Easy.
Too Easy. Thank
There
you.
you go.
Yeah, he's gonna send me a
gonna
text
listen to this
later
and be like,
I told you already. Too Easy. But yeah, the possibilities are endless in there, man. It's fairly new.
Yeah, it's dope.
The aesthetic is cool. You know, if anyone's looking for a space to, you know, express themselves and show who they brand are, All the Right got that for you.
Nah,
Just
yeah.
tap in with us,
I mean,
man.
it's dope. You know, if you've seen, I think I reposted when you guys did the 85.
The Jordan
brands.
1, yeah. That was a
fire.
crazy turnout.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
event actually.
Yeah.
Shout out everyone that came out that day. We definitely used that space kind of like a little locker room vibe, you know, with all the Jordans in there.
Yeah.
But that was an example.
I mean,
of
that
all
whole
the possibilities.
That whole experience was crazy.
Yeah,
These
with
you
the
got
Rolls Royces,
yeah,
you know,
man.
the Ferrari. It was a real cool event. You know, at All the Right, we try to like do a lot of that. You know, create events, whether it be with the Jordan 1 High 85, or it could be a graffiti event. We're constantly doing events throughout the summertime. You know, we're more than just a boutique. You know what I'm saying? We're all about being a spot where people can come and create. You know, all day.
Speaking of Jordan 1, you said you brought some stuff.
Oh, I brought a couple things.
Brought a couple things.
It's time now? You want to talk about it?
Let's jump into the first one.
I feel like we should start with the one that just came out.
Yeah.
The Jordan 1 Rare Air. What I really like about this one is the box. Come on.
The box is fire.
The box is cool. The box
fire.
is cool.
Which colorway is this one? It's the blue one?
Yeah, the blue one. I'm not sure about the bigger color right here.
Nah, you good.
So yeah, you grab one, I'll grab one too. But yeah, so this was our most recent release. We still have some available at the shop. So you know, if you wanted them and you wasn't able to hit, check out All the Right for sure. And this is it right here, man. I think it was a clean Jordan 1. It's cool.
I like that I don't know if you know, but you can scratch,
that's a fact. That's a fact. Kind of like the those lottery dunks.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, remember those that dropped a couple
yeah.
ways? Yeah. So same thing. You could tear this away.
Or even any SB. It's any SB
Touche.
one.
That's a fact. That's a fact. They definitely got that from a couple different sneakers.
Yeah.
But this was our most recent release. I brought it, you know, just to show it off. You know, it was cool that you could tear off the check and stuff. It's a good Jordan 1. You know, people trying to add to their collection is not a bad shoe to add to it.
Facts.
I'm saying this is just one of the couple that I brought today. I don't know if you want to get straight into the next one.
I mean, what is your relationship with Jordan 1s? Did you collect a bunch, or are you a fan?
I respect the Jordan 1. Do I collect them? Yes. Do I like wearing them? Not really. I know I might get some hate on that, and you know, a couple sneakerheads might be feeling a little pain in their chest. But for me, I know the Jordan 1 is uncomfortable. Like I can't wear it for too long. It kills my feet. Like the pain I get from a Jordan 1, I'd rather just wear a Jordan 4. Because you know Jordan 4 be killing your little pinky sometimes. I'd rather go through that pinky pain than whatever it is that Jordan 1 puts me in. Now you don't be getting no pain with Jordan 4s?
And these are, I find these comfortable.
No
I find one's
way.
comfortable.
It's so flat-footed.
I'm flat-footed.
Yeah, I can't, bro. I've tried a couple. My feet be killing. I'll be ready to change them into some Air Maxes or any other shoe.
I find
it's
Air
a classic,
kind of uncomfortable. So yeah, I guess my feet is different.
Well, I think we just opposite right now, then, which is nothing wrong with that. I love Air Maxes all day. But Jordan 1, I respect it.
Yeah.
I know it's an icon. It's a staple always. But me, my preference, there's a couple other Jordans I'll go for.
The Rare Air is interesting because I love the 4s from this pack. I think that the 4s that are coming out
is cool.
and the 3s.
I was just going to say, you can't.
The 3s for
I like the
coming.
3s a lot for some reason.
But also, I'm just a sucker for anything blue. Like, I don't know if
so these are talking to you already?
I mean,
as you look at them, you're like, yo, how's my bill? Yo,
Nah. I only told myself 6 pairs this year. All right, I'm not stretching it to 7.
You keep count. I don't do that because come on, you say 6. Next thing you know, you at 10.
I spent all my money on the podcast. This year is nothing going straight
back into
to
the business.
Podcast.
All right, for sure.
That's
I mean, I
could
see it with this dope setup.
This is I just. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Shout out our guy in the back. He knows he's getting more than 6.
Shout out D for telling me that I will be having
more
than 6.
He knows he's lying over here. For sure. Come on, man.
I'm
6
saying
on a year. 6 on a year for a collector.
Purchasing 6 of the year. Purchasing 6. If people want to, bless me.
I hear. Okay, y'all hear what he's putting down?
There we go.
Yo, send him this way, man.
That's
send
different.
him this. What size?
13.
13. Shit, don't forget about me. A size 9.
Yeah. Facts. Where does collecting grow? Like, where did it grow out of? Like, was it just straight from all like hanging out all the right, or was it like did you have a group of people?
I feel like the collecting, yeah, with my all the right for sure, G for sure. But it was more so, you just hanging out with your friends and y'all start talking about shoes, and it's like the type of conversation during lunch, while you at recess, while you just doing nothing. Like for me, like my circle, that's the topic of conversation. We talk about shoes, like we sneaker nerds in a way. So like the more we
just own it. We are sneaker nerds.
I'm a sneaker nerd.
There
you can stamp
go.
that. I'll stamp that on myself. Sneaker nerd for sure. So yeah, we would talk about it a lot. The more you talk about it, you start doing some research. Next thing you know, damn, like I kind of want those. And then it just started. Like, I had the access to get a couple things, shout out my mom's. She had me, right? Because there's no way I was in middle school, high school, Ford and Jordans and stuff. So she kind of aided into growing the collection. Because, if I wanted something, she would hold it down. She'll get it for me. So that's where it really started.
Was your mom into sneakers?
Hell no. My mom don't wear no sneakers, believe it or not. She's she only wear heels. And if she is going to wear a type of shoe, it's gonna be a wedge. She's sick like that. It has to be a wedge. She my mom, that's how she is. She likes her heels. She don't like sneakers, bro. I done got her 97s. Yeah. I done got her Air Max 1s, and they just collect dust. Yeah. She finds them uncomfortable in a weird way. She'd rather throw on a heel. She wants to be uncomfortable. Yeah, to each his own. To each his own. That's her swag, and I respect it. I get it. For me though, I'm gonna love my sneakers, and the love for it. She definitely aided in that. Yeah. Cause she made sure I always grew a fly. So then if you go from your mom's like kind of dress to you seeing what she's doing, and then you do it yourself, and next thing you know, I just started dressing myself. But it came from her like putting me onto colorways and stuff like that for sure.
Seeing your mom, I guess seeing your mom's hustle, right? Did that inspire you a lot?
For sure, but my mom. She's a very independent woman. A lot of times, like I tell all my boys too, like my mom is a guy. It sounds crazy. But my mom has like a man mentality in the sense where you can't play with her. Don't play about her. Don't play about her money. Don't play about the business. Do everything correctly. Because I guess a lot of times women get treated a little bit differently because they're a woman. She ain't let that slide, and she just kind of taught me don't let nothing slide. Stay true to who you are. Stay true to your word. And that's pretty much it. I learned that all from her. Yeah. No father figure. She taught me that shit.
Hey man, I mean, look, we here.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? We
growing up with single moms, you know what I mean? Like, it's
shout out all the single moms. You gonna figure it out for sure.
Yeah. Are you like a first generation immigrant or like?
I'm a first generation American, so that's a fact. That kind of do mean something to me because my mom's and her sister, they tell me about the story. Even my grandmother about coming here on a boat, and she talk about the waves and like it was dark, and I'm just like, I could only imagine trying to go through something like that. And they came at a young age. So like it makes me feel more grateful, to be a first generation American. I do care about that. Try to make something with it, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Take advantage of the opportunity that they put on me.
How do you bestow that onto your younger brother and sister? Because that's like it's tough. That's tough.
They have no idea. They have no idea. I really just try to keep them humble in a sense where don't take nothing for granted. Be mindful of the things people give you. Be mindful of the things that people take away from you, and just always be grateful. That you woke up today and that you are in a position where you could be whatever you want. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. You in America, you could do whatever you want. If you got the drive and the hustle, you could be what you want for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you think about it, it's mama mentality.
It's always mama mentality. Speaking about that, we do have something coming up. I have something on me right here too. We got the Unreleased Kobe. What the Kobe's?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what the Kobe's. I stopped because I really like the box. I can't lie. I'm a sucker for when they give you more than just the old school orange Nike box. Yeah. It adds to it a little bit. But let's pull out these bad boys.
These is crazy.
So yeah, these are unreleased at the moment. They will be available at All The Right though. Everything here is gonna be available at All The Right. You take that one.
You use code MFK for 0% off.
Shit, we gonna have to talk with G, man. We make something happen. But here they are. What the Kobe's?
What the Kobe's? Do you remember when these dropped?
The first time they dropped was what 20.
It's like 2017, I think it was.
Damn, and what's crazy? I was trying to do a little bit of research so I could have these answers ready. I think it was 2017 or 2016, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean,
you want to fact check it real quick?
Yeah,
You might as well.
I'm gonna look it up. My bad.
Steal. Now I got 2 What the Kobe's.
Nah, the What the Kobe's are.
This is iconic right here because when this first came out,
yeah.
Man, well, Kobe had everyone in the chokehold for a little bit with all the colorways. You know, the What the Kobe's, like just a couple of them had people in the chokehold.
I think that like one thing about these are the 8s, right?
Yeah,
the 8s is that they are like I've never gotten a chance to play them because I've only gotten a pair of 6s, and I play ball. I don't know if you play ball.
Yeah, I play ball from here from time to time. You know, it's good cardio.
Yeah, but the way that like these run is like they're soft all around. And the one thing about, because like my favorite, I don't know if you remember this, there was a pair of Kobe 8s called the Mercurial 8s.
Mercurial 8s?
Yeah, fire. It's like a
what was the base
gradient.
of the colorway?
It's like a purplish gradient. And it's got like the Nike big over here, but then it has Mercurial on the side on the other one, because they're supposed to be a companion to the Mercurial. There's like a line of soccer cleats called the Mercurials.
Got you. You just put me on with that one a little bit.
It's fire.
All right,
those are fire. I'm still looking at what
when they first came out.
Oh, December 2013.
2013. Oh, we were both both wrong. Both wrong. Good thing you had that fact check.
Yeah. But the one thing about these, right? So it's like they're just crazy as hell. But like if you're on the court, these are like. But I don't know how do you think
they stand out? Yeah. Personally. You know, it's a low top. My ankles be giving out, so I try to ball in a high top sneaker. Yeah. If we talking about just swag and how they look, you probably one of the flyest on the court if you come out with those. I feel like
if you get these, did you see the shorts that came out with these?
No, I didn't. Out with these. I don't even think we're getting those, unfortunately.
The shorts, they match it, so like you got one left blue and one left right.
How do you red. What do you think about the 2 different colors when it comes to sneakers? Two different shoes, almost like.
So I'll tell you a story.
I'll hear the story. Let's go.
So I got. Do you remember when the LeBron 95s came out?
Okay.
There were Laker colorway. One was yellow and one was purple.
Yeah.
As soon as I opened that box, I just put them straight to GOAT, because I was just like, hell.
It turned you off right away.
Yeah. So like,
so how does this one feel?
To ball, I do it. But to just be like, nah, we just hanging out.
Nah,
I can't do it.
All right, I respect that. I respect that.
I can't do it. You imagine this in some jeans, man. Like,
hell no, you should never be wearing no Kobe's and no jeans. Please don't ever do that.
I mean, what the most you could probably get off on this is like a Nike tech suit, a black Nike tech suit, or maybe a gray one.
No, I mean, if we sit here really talk about like how you could cook those up, the possibilities are endless. Definitely don't do no jeans with those. Tech is a safe way to go about it. I'm thinking shorts, some type of shorts all day with those.
So then this is summer shoe. You're just breaking it out for the
summertime, definitely. I mean, you can't wear those in the winter.
Unless you go Eric Emanuel's shorts that everybody's going crazy for last week.
That's a perfect. Dude, you see how much they're going for?
Yeah, they're going crazy.
It's absurd. Shout out Eric Emanuel. Yo, I respect the hustle and all that, but goddamn, I'm not dropping that much on some shorts. I respect it.
And there was people who was like, they were pushing to get into the front of that line.
I saw that. They turned into savages. That's
over
one
shorts,
thing.
Man.
Yeah.
Over shorts.
But are you really surprised? They do it for sneakers.
But sneakers, I understand it. I think. But like, when's the last time you went crazy over shorts?
I'm never went crazy over shorts. Never.
I can't even tell you, man.
Not at all.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I think shorts is like a total. I don't know. The last shorts I was like, oh, I gotta get them. Were some West Side Gun shorts. Like I'll be like, yo,
okay,
right.
I respect
because they drop. He only drops one set of shorts, and then they always sell out. But they always look crazy, and they're champion shorts, but they're still fire.
Did you see his Sauconys? His Sauconys?
Yeah.
Those were. I don't know if I love them or if I hate them. You know
Too
what
bright
I'm saying?
for you?
Nah, I just don't know if I love them or I hate them, bro. It's like 50-50 for me. I think they're cool though, and I think it's cool that he got that collab, and I think that's really cool for the brand. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I can't talk about it, but I've heard some other stuff. I'll tell you off mic. But the
okay, definitely put me on that.
Yeah.
I haven't heard nothing, so this is a good conversation for after.
But I think like what he's doing is definitely pushing culture forward.
Yeah.
You know, and like bringing it into this like crazy zeitgeist with Saucony, which is what J-Tips has been doing too, you know?
J-Tips
it's
has been embodying all his Sauconys,
yeah,
man.
for sure.
And we've been grateful enough to have him at All the Right too. We get
you
all
guys,
of those.
you guys getting
yeah, my guy wearing a pair in the back right now too. And I think that's the pair I got too, actually.
Yeah.
Good pair. Great Monster Light.
D showed off his Jazz 9s. Shout out J-Tips. Should be back on the podcast soon.
I seen you had him on here. I seen you had a couple cool people on here, bro. Keep doing your thing.
That's me, man. You
it's
know,
cool to be in the same couch having a conversation, bro. So
I appreciate the love. You know, like, you know, you can only do what you want to do if you put your mind to it. I don't know. I was trying to sound profound, but it didn't.
He had me. Now you still got me.
All right.
Put your mind to it. You can
put
do whatever you want.
I had something
registered.
I had something way more profound in my head, but it came out.
It sounded like you was about to get on some philosophy stuff.
Yeah, I was about to go crazy.
Keep it short and sweet.
Yeah.
It still makes sense.
Message. I just think it's just like, you know, when it comes to like creating a platform, it's probably the hardest thing you can do. You know, like you and Amani are starting to, you know, build out the All the Right YouTube.
Amani, best cameraman in New York.
Yo, for real, Amani be killing it, yo. This man was with Nori the other day. Like, it's crazy.
He's all over.
Yeah.
That's the guy right there.
That's the guy right there.
That's the guy with the vision for sure.
But like, you know, you being in front of the camera, how does that feel for you?
How does it feel for me? I really don't try to think of it too much because I just see it as like the camera's not there. Be the same. Be the same if the camera's in front of you or not in front of you, in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's funny though because you did pull up one time where we were shooting for the YouTube and you seen I kept messing up. So I don't really get nervous, but it's definitely
I was also
something
kept
to get
giving
used to.
I also kept giving you way too many pointers. I was just like,
nah, bro, I appreciate it.
All
All that stuff, dude. You a part of this. You actually do this. So from you, I'll take advice all day, bro. So I appreciated that day. It kind of helped me because, you know, we ended up finishing it after like 15 takes.
Yeah.
But we got it done.
No, yeah. I think it's
cool being in front of the camera. It at first it got a little bit, you know, had to get used to it. But once you just start talking, you know, I'm very comfortable with Imani. That's my guy. He makes the whole experience a lot of fun. You know, you just talk, just talking like you be in the store with a customer.
Yeah,
just I'm talking to the camera. That's it.
Like, what do you? Because like, you know, you're part of this. What do you envision of how do you want to see it grow? Like, what do you think are like I guess small goals that you want to see that page or like, you know, I guess
I want to see us hit 100,000 followers on the IG. I want our YouTube page to get 1,000 subscribers. And I just want us to keep creating and putting on for Queens, you know, showing a different type of vibe. Because, you know, Queens is so like gentrified. There's so much going on there that sometimes I think we get lost behind Manhattan and like, you know, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But Queens is definitely, you know, we just trying to put on for Queens in a Queens fashion way.
Yeah,
you know
for sure. I definitely think Queens gets a bad rap, but it's like a weird bad rap because everybody's always just like, oh,
it's mixy. It's mixy for sure.
It is, but I also think it's just like people just don't want to just take the time and just be like, yo, the world actually lives in Queens. Like
it's
literally
so many different people.
It's the most diverse borough.
We have a little bit of everything over here.
Yeah. But I think it's just like, I mean, bro, if you just go to...
They gotta find a way to make it over here. You gotta check out Shea Stadium. You gotta check out
City
all the
Field.
rides.
We call it Shea Stadium. Shea Stadium's gone. Can't check it out.
Shea Stadium's always gonna be in my heart. Shea Stadium is always gonna be in my heart. That's Shea Stadium till I die. But all right, it is the new City Field. But
listen, I think City Field fire. All right, I think City Field's fire. Shea Stadium smelled like pee sometimes. All right?
City Field is the new. City Field is the new, but Shea Stadium, that's nostalgic. That's like, you know, you never forget about that. Anyway.
I think. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's real.
Listen,
money.
I was there. Y'all wasn't there with me for Flush and Flash and the Pepsi porch.
I call it out cards now, pull it out cards.
Y'all wasn't there for me. Like, y'all wasn't there with me, yo. I was there every single free game when the Mets sucked, when the Mets were terrible, all right?
It's been a long time coming. They got a good squad now. It's been a long time coming, but they got a good squad now, man, for sure.
It's like the experience of being from Queens. I think it's something that you don't really necessarily get anywhere else, but it's like, you know, when people come to New York, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I went to Manhattan. I don't know. It's not.
That's not.
Like,
if you come into New York and you want to say you experience New York, you
gotta hit the 718s. You gotta hit the 718s. All the 718s.
For sure. You gotta come out here to Queens, man. You gotta try all the different foods they got out here. Go check out Flushing. Go check out Corona. You know, it's a bunch of different spots that you could check out over here. You know, there's a lot to New York besides Manhattan, besides Soho. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Midtown. You gotta come. They gotta come check out all the right in Queens. We give you an experience.
You gotta. You know was really dope. When you guys dropped the bacon, I don't know if you were you working there when the bacon?
That was one of the times where I was like off. But
I
even remember the video that they did in the butcher. It
was recently just reposted again. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. Brought back the memories.
Yeah.
That's like a perfect example of us trying to be different. You know, we go
shout
out
out Queens
way.
Bully, man. Shout out Queens Bully, man.
1000%. Because like help us bring that together and stuff. That was a cool shoot.
Yeah. If you have not checked it out, that there was when the Air Max 90 bacons came out. My grails.
Those are your grails for real?
Yeah. Respect. Number ones. I ended up becoming friends with Dave Ortiz, who created them.
Full circle moment for you.
Yeah, crazy. Who should be coming on the podcast again soon. But
manifest.
that shoe was coming out during the pandemic, or right? It was like before the pandemic. March happened.
I think it's literally right before everything started shutting down.
Yeah.
Right before things started shutting down, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and All the Right had the special packaging with the laces. Oh my God, it was suctioned into like you were buying bacon off of the whatchamacallit in the fridge in the supermarket. It was sick. I know what you're talking about. And then Queens Bully decided to throw some bacon together for the release.
I love when you use all that creative stuff for a release. It's so much fun. It's just
I lost that raffle, and
yeah,
I was upset. I was upset for a good minute.
That was in the chat.
Put L's in the chat.
It's all right. No, you get it back. You'll get it back in blood for sure. You can probably get them now with all the phone. You have them now?
I got 2 pairs.
There you go. You see? You got it back in blood.
Yeah, I got to get another size 13. That 14 fit way too big. But that release, like incorporating the
different factors,
right? Yeah, parts of Queens together, especially like I feel like Queens Bully is kind of far, but people do pull up for it. Super dope spot. Shout out to the homies Shiraj and everybody that works at Queens Bully.
Shout out Queens Bully. Facts.
But just like the combination of like working with another spot in Queens to build something together.
It's like, all about, collabing with your neighborhood. Honestly, one hand wash the other. If we could do good, but you do good with us, we could do better. You know what I'm saying? Especially All the Right, we're all for the collabs. Yeah, we'll never shy away from a collab.
Yeah, I mean, in order to do that, you got to be the king of Queens. And since we're talking about the king, my segues have been fired.
He's on money right now. Talking about the king. Talking about the king.
Let's talk about the king. You got another pair right here. Well, what we got?
These right here. I honestly think people are having like 50-50 opinions on it. Either they hate it or they love it.
I know what these are.
You know what these are.
I know what these are.
All right. What are they?
These are the Deion Sanders.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
LeBrons.
I really like how the structure of the box is a little bit different. Yeah. Here, you grab that one. I'm gonna take this one right here.
I've actually never seen these. I was thinking
I hear sound effects in the back. Yeah. Do we like these? Do we hate these?
These are wild.
All right.
D said he hate these.
We've been getting mixed reviews in the shop about them. These are unreleased also. They do match what you're wearing. Yeah. For me, these is a cop. Like, I need these. Yeah. These I kind of need just off the strength that is 2 GOATs. Shout out Deion, shout out LeBron James. But this right here, red and white, this is different.
This is the first time I've ever seen these. This is crazy.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the first time that this dropped where LeBron collabed with a DT.
Yeah, with a DT for sure. Because
that's the inspiration behind this was the Deion DT.
Because they did the 49ers joint.
Right.
And it looked crazy with the swoosh on the side, and Facts. It was like in this.
It was a clean colorway. Yeah. But this specifically, I think is the first time. No.
How we feeling?
Yay, nay.
Trash?
Oh, it's a lot of nays going on.
It's trash, but definitely a collectible.
Just from the idea that is the GOAT. You got Deion Sanders and LeBron in one shoe. Yeah. Come on, those are 2 greatest athletes ever right there, bro.
Comment what you think.
They don't even look that bad on the screen though. These is clean, man. I fuck these up.
I like these, man. I ain't gonna lie. I like these.
Those
know?
is clean right there. You had to bring a little unreleased, for the pod, give us something to talk about.
I mean, you might as well break the last one.
Might as well, right?
Yeah.
The last reveal. Let's make space.
Make space for this one right here.
These right here.
Clear.
You already know what these don't really need an introduction.
No, they don't.
Put them out right on the table.
The Jack man.
Jumpman Jack, Travis Scott.
See Cactus Jack. Let's see what he got.
Yeah,
So these been making the rounds. Everybody's talking about these for a couple months now. And
these don't need no introduction. Everyone knows the hype on them. Jumpman Jack. What's your opinion on the colorway?
I think this might be the only colorway I like.
Really?
Yeah. Because to be honest, I'm not a big fan of this model.
A lot of people don't really like them, and I noticed, not to talk about the resale value, but all the Jumpman Jacks haven't really been doing too much, if we're being honest. And they come with some stickers, which is cool. The little extra.
Little extra.
I noticed that you didn't get a bag with this one, so.
Yeah, I don't know why he
know
doesn't.
what that's about.
For the T-Rex, I don't know why he doesn't do that. Because why is he giving bags with everything else?
Yeah, maybe it wasn't in the budget. Who knows?
I don't know. These are. I don't know. It's interesting for, I guess, the whole topic of like shoulda. This is technically the second rapper to get their own signature shoe.
Yeah.
Right. Yeezy being the first one. Well, Ye being the first one.
I feel like Ye kind of solidified himself on a whole different level with it, but Travis is definitely on the way up.
I mean, I think flipping colors on a Jordan 1 low into getting your own model where they put together,
it's big deal.
It's
big
interesting.
It's
I mean, he's big with the kids.
Man, I just
how many kids come in asking for
every other day? I got people showing me velvet, brown velvet, the velvets, the OG colorway. It's a shoe that's constantly asked for in the store, believe it or not. And just to let them know when you hear them talking about it, especially younger generation, they go if you ask them what's your grail or top 5, it's gonna have a Travis in it.
Yeah.
It's a given.
Yeah.
He got them in the chokehold, which I respect it. I think this colorway is cool. Cop or drop.
It ain't on my 6 this year. That's
not on the 6.
Nah,
that's not on the 6.
Well, but if Team Travis want to bless me, let me know, man. I'll take that.
This is a cop for me. I can't lie. I like the green. It's something different. You know what I mean?
Also, because last year I did get the brown joints. I got the chocolate joints.
Okay.
And that's the only Travis Scott I have.
From
his entire collection.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that because that's what you wanted? You didn't care to go out for the other ones?
I guess I'll send another story. I'll show another story. So, remember when the sand sixes? I don't know what they're called. The sixes, but they're like sand colorway.
His right?
Yeah.
My girl got those actually in the back. She has those.
So those dropped, right? I signed up for the raffle, right? And I decided to hop on 2K. I'm playing.
He was too busy grinding for VC. Too busy grinding for VC.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Come on.
I was trying to get
unlock some badges and stuff.
Yeah, I was grinding, and then I looked down and I missed my chance to cop.
That's a terrible
by
feeling.
30 minutes.
You just get back to grinding on 2K after that. That's how much you could do. Damn, that's wicked though, bro.
I was sick. I was sick about it for close to 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Because
I could imagine, bro, because it was right there for you. All you had to do was look down. All you had to do was look down.
First time, yo. I remember I got on the podcast because I had the podcast at the time. It's like the first year of doing it, and I remember I jumped on and I was like, I can't believe I just
it was a topic.
Yeah, I was so salty at myself for missing it. But then I was just after that I was just it's fine. But it took me a minute because I was just
of course, your inner self is gonna be mad at you because you didn't look down. But it's a sneaker. You'll come back around.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I don't want it anymore. So it's fine.
That's it. That ship sailed.
It's gone. It's the same. It's the same with the when I was at the store and you guys had the KD scoring titles.
Word.
And
surprisingly, those they flopped.
Yeah,
no one really cared about them coming back out.
When they first dropped, I camped out for them.
That's crazy.
And I took an L. But because I took the L, because everybody started to bum rush 21 Mercer at the time.
Yeah,
and I was
it was real wicked back then. People complaining about now. They should have seen how some of those lines turned out back in the day. What? It was a free for all for
Yeah,
everybody. Don't
So,
bring the kids.
Yeah,
Don't bring the kids.
That's the only time I ever camped out. And then now that when I see that shoe, I'm like, I don't even want it. And then I saw them on sale for like $105 online.
That's
and I
crazy.
was
They
like, I
literally
still don't
went on
even
sale
want
because
them.
they didn't. They bricked. They
Yeah.
bricked, and it's crazy because if you would have asked someone back then, like maybe
people going crazy for them,
be like,
bro.
yo, if that shoe's retro, I'm camping out. No, it ended.
Nobody.
That ship sailed once with the first release. No one cared after that. Still good shoe. Still good shoe.
I don't know. Maybe if for $50, I'll do it.
50?
50.
Oh man.
13, but I'm still gonna ball in them. I'll probably ball in them.
That's what I'm saying. It's a good ball shoes, have on the court and stuff. I feel like
I mean, also that time, the Chicago they were like reimagined Chicago's drop, right? No, Black Toes. They reimagined Black Toes.
Black Toes. Right after the band ones, which was kind of crazy to me. You do the band ones and then Black Toes.
They're like,
right
here's
after.
a consolation prize.
Yeah, like come on, y'all ain't had to do the Black Toe like that. Black Toe is a good shoe, but I feel like because they did it in a way where it's like, all right, if you couldn't get the band 85s. People didn't want to get that one because they felt like, oh no, this is something I'm getting just because I couldn't touch the first one, which is a kind of disrespect to such a classic shoe. The Black Toes OG colorway. It's a good shoe for fits. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah.
What do you think, since we're on the topic of Travis, like does Travis have an impact on you? Like, are you looking for every Travis release or?
Nah. Travis don't got impact on me. I think he's definitely influential. I listen to his music, but like I'm not caring to collect all his shoes. You know what I mean? Just certain ones I like. That one being one of the colorways right there. I think it's the green that really speaks to me. But I don't need to have every single Travis Scott one. There's other grails that I would want to get like before those, like Dornbecker 5s. Like I would get a Dornbecker 5 over any Travis. And some people
Blacklight, that one?
Yep.
Yeah. That's another one I took an L on.
I have a story for that one, bro. When did that shoe come out? Do you remember what year? I was a youngin', right? I was a youngin', so I wasn't really familiar with how RSVP worked, how, certain things, you had to do certain things. I think this is when it dropped at Mercer, if I'm not mistaken. So me and my little brother and sister's dad, we went and we go and we camp out. We camp out like 2 days. That was another 2013. We camp out for 2 days, maybe like a day and a half. So I was 13 years old, right? Bro, we're like at the front of the line. We just did like maybe like a day and a half wait. Doors open up. We didn't know that this was during the time where you had to RSVP through Twitter. If you didn't do that, there's no reason for you to be on that fucking line. Bro, we was on that fucking line. And we waited the whole way through. And we didn't think to ask no one next to us or around us if like, yo, what do you gotta do to get them? Like we had just showed up. And we're like, yo, we know they're gonna drop here. We're gonna make the line. Bro, waited all that time. Got dubbed. He's like, yo, you didn't RSVP. Like you shouldn't even be here. You wasted your time the whole time.
2 days?
A day and a half.
That's still basically 2 days.
Yeah, I was still sick to my stomach. I was fucking cold. I was shivering. And that right there was like my first glimpse into this, like the sneaker culture, how you have to jump through certain hoops sometimes if you want to get a shoe. And I got dubbed. Went home. Nothing. Dude didn't feel bad. I was shivering and everything. He was like, nah, bud. See you next time.
You want the other side of that story? So me and my boy, shout out Chris, man. He's been listening since episode 1. Shout out Chris. But me and him would go, he has a car, so we would drive around and try to cop shit. So those drop. I RSVP. I did what you didn't do. I RSVP, but I took the L and he won. But he was like, come with me to go pick him up. So I had to go watch him grab them.
Oh, and I thought this was gonna end with I went with him and they like had an extra pair.
Man,
no, you were just there for the supporting a friend.
Sick, bro.
I would have been sick too.
No, hell no. I was literally ever since then. I've always just been like, nah, fuck you. You shouldn't be getting these. Like, you
should have told yo, you got same size or different sizes?
Nah, we different sizes.
Oh man, yeah. So there was nothing you could do.
Nothing. Nah. There's no. Let me.
I'm surprised you went. I would have been like, yeah, bro, I'll catch you on the next one.
So he was like, yo, pull up, we're gonna do the loop. So we went to different spots.
Yeah.
We went to go pick his up, and then we were gonna go to House of Hoops after. They ain't have them. We go to 42nd Street. They ain't have them. So I got in the car for no reason.
You really did.
I could have just been home playing Madden, bro.
2K, like, grinding the VC.
No, this is before that.
No, bro. It's wicked, the sneaker game, bro. And it's funny because if like
the fact that you was doing this at 13, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Once I got hooked, I was done. I was like, I wanted all the shoes, man. I just didn't know you had to RSVP. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Lesson
Crazy.
learned.
That's crazy.
Lesson learned. Lesson learned. That's all I can say.
Well, we down towards the end of the episode, but I'm gonna ask you one more question that deals with visualization, a little visualization. So I want you to think back to when you were about to open that box for the Grape Fives, right? Now you're you, right?
Yeah.
You're this age you.
Okay.
Going back in time.
Yeah.
To standing right behind your younger self as they open that box. What would you tell your younger self?
What I tell? Don't play soccer in them.
Were you a big soccer? Were you playing soccer?
Yeah, I was playing soccer, handball. What would I tell myself? I would tell him, I'd be like, I would tell him like it's more than just a shoe. Mm-hmm. It's more than just a shoe, if that makes sense. You know, like if I at that age I would have been like, you know, taking pictures of them, or you just, you know, showcasing them in different ways. Like it's more than just a shoe. It's not just something you wear on and you be fly. You could do something with them. Mm-hmm. You know, fast forward to right now with all the different type of podcasts, all the different type of pages that's solely just showing sneakers off. That's what I would tell my younger self. Yo,
jump into that.
Yeah. Yeah, I would tell my younger self, yo, it's not just a sneaker. And then I will hope he get the message. And that's pretty much it. Yeah,
just, it's not just a sneaker. And then you go, ooh,
and I disappear.
Go back.
And then he stuck. What the fuck did he say?
Who was that? Like,
so
just there,
I gotta leave it as a riddle, because, you know what I'm saying?
Leave it as a riddle.
Keep younger me humble. but nah, man, I would tell him like, yo, it's more than just a sneaker you put on and you go be fly. If you think bigger, you could do something with it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
What like, so, you know, you're still young in this game. What are your bigger aspirations what would you do now that you do have a, you know, you're starting to gain a platform and do things with it. So like, what are some big inspirations for you?
Some big inspirations for me is,
or like aspirations, my bad, wrong word.
Aspirations would be, you know, to definitely grow my G page, you know, my following, but honestly, try to put all the right on a bigger platform, you know, make sure it becomes a household name that I know it could be. Because, you know, for me, this is literally like family. That All the Right is not just like a brand or store, man. That's like my life in a way, because I done seen it grow from different phases. So like, just keep pushing the brand, keep pushing ATR to the top. You know, me, myself, you know, I want to get into the camera work, you know, pick up some tips from Imani. But definitely just you create some content, create around sneakers, you know, try to make my passion and my hobby more than just that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's interesting because you're working. I'm
in the field with it.
Yeah, you're
literally in the field with it.
You're literally working.
I see behind the scenes. I see front of the scenes. I see the shady stuff. I see it all. Yeah. You know, which I'm grateful to. So for me right now, bro, it's just learning, taking it all in, learning the game, and then applying it to my platform in a way.
I'm curious because now that you're still super young in this and doing this,
feel like super young?
No, I'm talking about like as manager.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
Like, how do you? And this will definitely be my last question. My bad. But we
chilling right now. This is great conversation.
But how do you wanna push the culture forward?
How do I want to push the culture forward?
Yeah.
How do I want to push? Man, that's a good question. Got me going into the back of my brain for this one. Thinking, how would I want to push the culture?
Like, how would you want to? What would you want the younger kids that come into the shop see?
I want them to know the history. Yeah. I want them to not just go off a name brand or hype off of just because it's a trap. Nah, bro. There's Air Force. You know, the ones that Nigo just did.
Oh,
the Air Force 3s, Air Force 2s. Mm-hmm. You know, go into. I think it's 3s if I'm not mistaken. But neither here or there. You know, go into the history of the sneaker. Don't just sit there and be like, yo, I'm a sneakerhead, I like sneakers. If you actually do it, you know, there's more than just Jordans. There's more than just Travis Scotts. You know, you got Air Max 1s, you got Air Max 90s, you got 180s. You know, it's Pegasus. You know, like if you're going to be a part of the culture, know the culture. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't get caught up in the hype and the name brand stuff. There's cooler stuff out there that could be just as fly if you put your twist to it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And everybody that goes to the shop or any sneaker shop, please take the time and talk to the people around you. Don't just go in, buy the sneaker, and just dip.
Yeah, you know, I try not to think of it too much, but like definitely like Haas is saying, you know, make conversation, get to know the people in there. You'd be surprised how far a conversation can take you. So for sure,
it took us here. It took us here. So let everybody know where to find you, man.
You could you're gonna find me at All the Right Monday through Sunday always. My IG is Just JP's World. Nah, no days off. But when you love what you're doing, you don't need a day off. You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying? That's cap because I really don't be there on Saturday, Sunday. but you catch me at all the right. You catch me at the service. My IG is just JP's World. You know, we here to collab. I said we got the pop-up space. Feel free to hit me up. Yeah, man, pull up on me, man. Big Queen stuff.
Yeah, be nice. Be nice. Don't be pulling up like, yo, let me get, I know you don't know me, but hold
Don't
me on
come
the,
on some
the
hostility. We'll match the energy.
Yeah.
Let me stop. We're more than welcoming. Everyone pull up. Everyone's more than welcome.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
boroughs.
All boroughs. Follow at all the right, Maybe you might see me in some videos. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we see. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Imani's right there. That's our shooter.
Like,
so we could definitely set
he's
something
like, I
up.
got something for you soon. I'm like, no.
No, you know you're ready for it, bro.
Yeah,
we got the
ready.
collab. We got
I'm
the
always
collab
ready.
on the way. Collab on the way for sure.
Collab on the way for sure. And you know where to find me. I am Who Is Haas on all social media. Follow the podcast at My First Kicks Pod.
Yes, sir.
Follow, everybody here, Amani at what's it? Curly Glow. Follow D at D3Es MIGOD
The plug
underscore.
The plugin got messed up.
Underscore. There, I got it. See, I got that. I got it.
Figured it out.
Your lady, follow the lady.
Nah, y'all don't gotta follow my girl. Let me stop.
Damn.
No, y'all could. Was it? What's the IG? Only Leslie Ann. I wasn't about to say it, but only Leslie Ann. Nah, go follow my girl.
Nah.
Mine's
We need more.
just JP.
Yeah.
Just JP's World. Follow us.
Listen,
and we here for the collab.
spotlight. You got to spotlight women sneakerheads. All right.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You got to do.
And we
gotta
definitely
do.
got a lot of women's sneakers at the shop.
Mhm.
To add to the collection.
Facts, and then cop a Averex while you're there. Since it's back.
Yeah. Yo, you seen them? I feel like they're floating everywhere now on the socials.
Everywhere. They're everywhere now.
I like
and they
the
got a
comeback.
recent collab with what's his name? Is it Joel's or Joel Santana? Did they got?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Shout out Santana. They did a collab.
Yeah.
It's just cool to see him coming back.
No,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? That was an old school jacket. Now it's new school
Now
jacket.
new school.
Fashion is a
Pels
360.
coming back soon.
Pels is nasty, but we're not gonna talk about them right now.
Nah,
Just
yeah,
Avex.
yeah.
Just Avex right now.
And if you've been listening to this and you just heard this whole banter, you should go to YouTube. My First Kicks. No, wait. It's at My First Kicks on YouTube. Just look up My First Kicks.
Go subscribe to that, man. Go subscribe to that.
A recent thing. If people have been searching Haas and it's just been working, so just look up Haas and you'll find me. You'll find the podcast, which is crazy. SEO, baby.
Yes, sir. Go subscribe, man. Go subscribe.
Hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment. Any of these sneakers that we showed today, leave a comment. If you don't like them, whatever, rate them.
Comment
put them in
down,
a list.
copper, drop, whack.
Yeah,
JP, why'd you bring those on?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't try to be like, yo, backdoor. Nah. Just comment if they copper drop.
This is not the Q60. There's no backdoor
Hell
here.
no, not at all. Not at all.
Yo, and if you got a My First Kick story, hit me up at info@myfirstkicks.com. New shirts is up. New shirts will be up.
Go get the merch.
Go get that merch. Maybe it might be at All the Right soon. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's make it happen.
And
we got the space for it.
You know what we say each week? Wear your kicks.
That's what we say.
Peace.
Wear your kicks.
Yeah,
JP
that's
out.
what we say.